So you're booking a cruise. You've picked the destination, you've chosen the ship, and now it's time for the big decision, your stateroom. Believe it or not, picking the right cruise cabin can make or break your entire vacation. You're not just choosing a place to sleep, you're choosing your personal oasis at sea. And if you don't choose wisely, you might be in for sleepless nights, crowded mornings, and missed opportunities for some real cruise luxury. Today, we're diving deep, like really deep, into everything you need to know to pick the perfect cruise room for your trip. From location secrets and cabin categories, to noise complaints, pricing tricks, and room hacks most first-timers don't know about, we've got it all covered. So buckle up, grab a notepad, and let's make sure you get the absolute best room on your next cruise. Let's start with the basics. The 4 major types of cruise rooms. Interior cabins are the most budget-friendly. They have no windows, no natural light, and are typically the smallest rooms on board. But here's the thing, they can actually be a great choice. If you're the type who only uses your cabin to sleep, shower, and change, then why spend extra for a view you're barely going to see? Plus, they're the darkest rooms on the ship, which means amazing sleep. And many newer ships now include virtual balconies or high-definition porthole screens that mimic a window using real-time footage. Next up, oceanview cabins. These are slightly more expensive than interior rooms and come with a window or porthole so you can see the ocean. You don't get the fresh air or balcony access, but for many cruisers, just having some natural light makes a big difference. These cabins can be a solid middle ground option if you're budget conscious but still want a view. Then you have balcony cabins, easily the most popular choice. These give you your own private outdoor space where you can enjoy the sunrise, sip wine during sail away, or just relax with the sound of the ocean. Balcony cabins vary in size and location, and we'll talk more about choosing the right balcony in just a minute. But overall, if you enjoy spending time in your room and want that wow cruise experience, this is the sweet spot for most travelers. And finally, suites. These are the biggest, most luxurious, and most expensive rooms on board. Suites often come with upgraded amenities like priority boarding, exclusive lounges, butler service, extra square footage, larger balconies, and even multiple rooms in some cases. They're perfect if you're celebrating a special occasion or want to cruise in ultimate comfort. Alright, now let's get into the stuff no one tells you. One of the most important things about choosing a cruise room isn't just the category, it's the location. Cabin location can impact your entire cruise experience. Here's what you want to think about. First, aim for midship if you're prone to motion sickness. The middle of the ship experiences the least movement, especially on rough seas. And try to stay on a lower deck if motion is a concern. Lower and central equals less sway. Next, check what's above and below your cabin. This is huge. If you're directly below the pool deck, buffet, or nightclub, you might hear scraping chairs, loud music, or footsteps until 2 a.m. Likewise, if you're above the theater or a crew access area, you could be dealing with vibration or backstage noise. Ideally, you want what's called a sandwich cabin, a room with passenger cabins directly above and below you. This usually ensures quieter surroundings. Now let's talk about aft versus forward versus midship rooms. Forward cabins, located at the front of the ship, can offer larger layouts and more unique designs, but they also feel the most motion. You might feel more swaying, especially when going through rougher waters. Aft cabins, at the back of the ship, are often prized for their larger balconies and stunning wake views. But they can sometimes be noisier because of engine vibrations and propeller noise. That said, many cruisers love the aft for the peaceful atmosphere and sunsets. Midship cabins are the most balanced. You're centrally located, have quick access to elevators, and experience the least motion overall. Let's talk about connecting rooms. These are cabins with a door that links to the room next door. Great if you're traveling with family or friends, but not so great if you're not. Why? Because that door is not soundproof. You may hear every word of your neighbor's conversations. So if you're not using the connecting door, it's often better to avoid these rooms. What about accessible rooms? These are larger and include roll-in showers and extra space for mobility. You can request one if you qualify medically, but don't book it just for the space unless you truly need it. Cruise lines reserve these for guests with legitimate accessibility needs. Now let's move to some cruise line-specific tips, because not every cruise line builds their ships the same way. On Royal Caribbean, for example, their Oasis and Quantum-class ships offer neighborhood view balcony cabins. These overlook areas like Central Park or the boardwalk instead of the ocean. They're unique and sometimes quieter, but don't offer that sweeping sea view. On Norwegian Cruise Line, the Haven is a ship-within-a-ship concept offering luxury suites with private pools, lounges, and exclusive dining. If you're going big, the Haven is a great option. Carnival is known for their Havana rooms, which offer private patio access and often come with a semi-exclusive pool deck. But beware! They tend to be noisy during the day due to the public area nearby. Disney Cruise Line staterooms often come with split bathrooms, one room with the toilet and another with the shower and sink. It's a game changer for families. Now let's talk about pricing strategy. One major mistake new cruisers make is booking a guarantee cabin without understanding the trade-offs. A guarantee means you'll be assigned a cabin in your chosen category, but you don't get to pick the location. Sometimes you get a great upgrade. Other times, you're under the nightclub or behind a service hallway. So while guarantees can save money, they come with a risk. On the other hand, price drops and rebookings can work in your favor. If your cruise price drops before the final payment date, many cruise lines will let you rebook at the lower rate or give you onboard credit. Booking early and monitoring prices can score you a better cabin at a lower price. Websites like Cruise Critic or Cruise Watch can help you track pricing trends. Let's go over some common mistakes to avoid. Not researching the ship's layout. Every ship is different. Download deck plans and see exactly where your room is located. Ignoring noise factors. Don't assume all cabins are equal. Some are right next to crew areas or under high-traffic spots. Booking last minute without checking cabin availability. You might end up with an undesirable room, not considering what matters to you. If you like sleeping in, avoid cabins near the anchor chain or bow thrusters. Overpaying for perks you won't use. Don't splurge on a suite just for the minibar if you're never in the room. And here are some unexpected tips and hacks. Bring magnetic hooks. Cabin walls are metal, so you can hang bags, hats, and accessories easily to save space. Use a nightlight in interior cabins. It gets pitch black. Balcony dividers can sometimes be removed between rooms. If you're traveling with friends or family next door, ask the room steward to open up the shared space. Check Facebook groups or Reddit forums for your specific sailing. People post cabin reviews, pictures, and noise reports. If you're a light sleeper, pack earplugs or a white noise app. Even the best cabins can have unexpected sounds. Here's a real-world story. On my last cruise, I booked a midship balcony, 2 decks below the pool area. Looked perfect on the map. But what I didn't realize? The shuffleboard court was directly above my room. Every morning around 7 a.m., bang, 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 shuffleboard sticks echoing through my ceiling. Never again. I learned to always look up when picking a cabin, not just around. Let's not forget about solo cruisers. Some cruise lines offer single-occupancy cabins designed just for one person. Norwegian has studio cabins with private lounge access for solo travelers. These are great because they avoid the single supplement fees most other lines charge. Families with kids? Consider family staterooms or connecting rooms. Disney, Royal Caribbean, and MSC all offer large family-friendly cabins with bunk beds, split bathrooms, or extra storage. The key is to book early. These rooms are limited and go fast. Lastly, think about your cruise goals. If you're cruising to relax and soak up the ocean views, a balcony room is probably worth the investment. If you're planning to explore every port and only need a bed and a shower, interior may be the smartest option. Traveling for a celebration? Look into suites or cabins with perks. Bringing kids? Prioritize space and privacy. Booking last minute? You might score a suite for the price of a balcony. So, when it comes to picking the perfect cruise room, there's no one-size-fits-all answer. But by understanding the categories, knowing your priorities, avoiding common pitfalls, and doing just a bit of research, you can absolutely land the cabin that fits your vacation style and gives you the best bang for your buck. If you found this guide helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more cruise tips and insider secrets. Drop a comment below. What kind of cabin do you usually go for? And what's your dream room at sea? Thanks for watching, and here's to choosing the perfect home away from home on your next cruise.